Hello. It's Ivan here from Earthworks Hub. I am your host for tonight's live podcast. It's Sunday, the 9th of March, 2025. Tonight, I have some big news. I put out a post during the week saying that I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and it's a giveaway you don't want to miss out on. So I'm going to give away 10 free tickets tonight, 10 free tickets for Diesel Dirt and Turf. That's at the Sydney Dragway, the Eastern Creek showground, or Eastern Creek area, if that's what you want to call it. The dates are the 16th to the 18th of May 2025. So 16th to the 18th, you get one ticket, so everyone will win. Everyone that I suppose jumps in, when I won't give you the instructions yet. I'm not going to give it away. But what you're going to do is you get one ticket per person. So that's all I can do. And I will be giving them away at a random time. So not right now, but sometime during the live show, I'm going to be giving them out. So make sure that you keep listening and keep your eyes open. That's all I can say. Little hints. That's little hints for you. There you go. So I'm not going to take guests at this stage. I was going to have a guest this evening, but due to Cyclone Alfred, that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to postpone that. And I do want to do a quick shout out to anyone that is suffering from the aftermath of that. I think it's still going, isn't it? So I haven't been following the news that much, but I have been listening to a lot of people and they're telling me that it's pretty bad. So we'll get a few updates on that. That's what I was hoping for tonight. So some guys to give us updates on how that is going. So the Cyclone Alfred. Before I continue, this episode is dedicated to our sponsor, Melbourne Tractors, and in a second you'll know why also. But this is for Melbourne Tractors, a long-term sponsor. They were one of my first sponsors, so thank you very much to these guys. They are a dealer, if you don't know already, they're a dealer for Kobelco, ASV, New Holland, and Merlot machinery. They offer sales, so they sell machinery. They also service machinery and stuff. And they sell parts and attachments and that as well. So a great dealership. I've dealt with them for many, many years. One of my first machines was a Kobelco, and I've had many since. And a really big thank you to them as well for putting on a golf day. So Melbourne Tractors did a golf day, which is going to become annual, they're telling me. So there's going to be an annual golf day for these guys. We had the first one last week, and it was good. Really, really good fun. So thank you for inviting me to that. I got to meet a lot of new people there. We networked, had a lot of good laughs. I've learned a few things. One is that I'm not the only player that's really bad. So there's a few other guys out there as well, probably the same as me. But it was, like I said, a good networking opportunity. And I was actually happy that a lot of people came up to me and said that they watch my show and stuff. So I'll tell you what, it's really a nice feeling when people come up and go, "Hey man, I love what you're doing and keep doing it," and give me words of encouragement. So thank you to all the guys that approached me and gave me the good feedback and the support. And yes, Breeze Vegas. So some of the guys are mentioning that. Breeze Vegas is their sister company up in Queensland. So they've got Melbourne Tractors, Ballarat Tractors. There's another one in country Victoria, and then they've got Breeze Vegas. So there you go. So a big dealer network there. And also thank you to MOBA for doing the longest drive, or sponsoring the longest drive. One of the holes, they sponsored it, and they actually tested how far the ball went by using their little rover. So it was a good way to see how that thing works. Doherty's Hitches for supplying the drinks. So apparently they supplied all the drinks for the day, so thank you for that. And obviously Kobelco for also helping sponsor that day for Melbourne Tractors. And a big shout out to my teammates for that day, Batco Excavations and Tull Marine Plumbing. So I had some of the guys on my team. We did a 4-man Ambrose. Luckily we did that because you only count the best ball, and I don't think mine was the best out of all of them, but lucky they were there. So thank you to my team mates. And also, like I said, MOBA just joined, so thank you for putting on the longest drive as well in one of those holes. And all of our other sponsors, MOBA included, they're going to be listed in the description, so you can go on there and listen and have a look. And all the sponsors offer discounts to our viewers, so you just put in eWorks Hub in the checkout and you'll get yourself a discount. So MOBA being one of them as well. So if you want to get something and save yourself some money, use the eWorks Hub network. All right, so man, before I continue, I'm going to let you know I am boiling in this garage. It's been a hot day. I've been running the aircon from the house in here, running a fan, and it just hasn't blown the heat out. It's so hot, man. So if you see me sweating and moving around a lot, it's because I'm trying to keep cool, man. Jack Healy was there. Yes, he made an appearance to the golf day, so it was good to see him there as well. A few people here as well. Even Wally's plant hire, he was there. The guy that we hired the little 1.7 for Little Bear's Earthworks job I did last week. So Wally was there. Oh, heaps of people. Build Group. Yeah, it was good. Good to catch up with a lot of people. So like I said, tonight I was planning to have a guest, but thanks to Cyclone Alfred, that is not happening. And I don't know if we're going to have a few less listeners tonight because of that. Yeah, some people are saying that the flooding is still going, massive rain. Let me just scroll back through a few, where we go, a few comments here. So Sydney Rockwell saying, yeah, still a lot of rain and flash flooding. Jenna Troy saying, hope everyone's safe. Brumbies saying, hello. Drew Excavations wants to join. Let me do a few things, Drew, and then we'll see how we go. ADM Civil saying, hello, evening. And yeah, we've got heaps on here. All right, so lots of people on here, which is really good to see. And like I said, I spoke to my family. So my kids and my wife and I, we all go for a walk nearly every night. And we were walking the other day and we started talking about cyclones. And we started talking about tornadoes. And someone asked, what's the difference? What's the difference between cyclones, tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons? Like, why is there so many different names? So you know what I did? I thought I'll clarify that for everyone. So I've got a couple of notes here. Since we've got, Cyclone Alfred here, we might as well talk about that quickly. So it won't be the main topic, but I do want to go through it, and I think it'll be a good educational piece for everyone. So what is the difference? What is the difference? So let me go through the first thing, which is a tornado. Tornadoes usually form on land. So sometimes they're called twisters. So they form on land and they're a lot smaller than a cyclone, and they don't last as long. But they can destroy everything in their path because they're narrow, and they just take out a line and take out everything in front of them. So they're very short-lived, so they don't hang around for a long time, and they just come straight through and then they disperse. So that's what tornadoes are. So they're on land. Cyclones, or tropical cyclones, they form on warm ocean water. So cyclones always form on the water first. And the difference between them and the tornado is that cyclones are wider. So they actually span wider and they turn slower. So they can last for days or hours. So as we're seeing now in Queensland, it's just circling, and that could last for 12 hours and longer, and it would just keep circling really, really slowly. So cyclones are capable of more widespread destruction. So they're wider than a tornado due to their size, and they can go and move across entire regions for like several days, which is what we're seeing, exactly right. And that's why they cause more destruction, because it's there for longer. And then the words hurricane and typhoon, they're just simply different names for a cyclone. So what happens is a hurricane is what they call, from the Gulf of Mexico and that, so more up towards America and that, they call cyclones hurricanes. And then down in the east, like in the Indian Ocean and all that, they call cyclones typhoons. So it's similar to a cyclone, very, very similar. I think they actually have a little bit of different speed in them, but that's what it is. So tornadoes form on land, cyclones form on water, and they're the same thing as a hurricane and a typhoon. So there you go, a little bit of education for you. And then another step for that is, how do they name cyclones? So one of my kids was saying that, like, how do they actually come up with the names? And what I discovered is that the Bureau of Meteorology, Bureau of Meteorology, bit of a tongue twister there, or BOM as we all call them, they have a list of names already set in alphabetical order. And what they do is they name the storms, they alternate the names between male and female names. So that's what happens. So every second storm is a male name, or every second one's a female name. So they use the same one around the world. So how cool is that? A little bit of knowledge there for you. Little bit of knowledge. Jack Healy saying the golf swing. Oh, Moba was saying the Jack Healy swing was a bit of a tornado. There you go, man. There you go. I think mine was worse. My I don't know. Sometimes I hit the ball really good. Other time, no way, man, no way. And then Jack Healy saying, "How was your holding one shot from Moba?" Yeah, well, nobody won that. So Melbourne Tractors actually had one hole where they had a brand new 1.7 ton machine, and for anyone that got the ball as a hole in one, you'd win that machine. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Yeah, Niggs and the Diggs is saying Alfred was supposed to be Anthony. Oh, there you go. I was actually laughing because we were saying with all these new woke people saying that female and male can't exist, and then I was saying, what if it's a they them cyclone? I'll leave that with you. I'm not saying anymore. All right, let's go. So the formalities, listings. Let's talk about listings. So don't forget, you can list your businesses on Earthworks Hub. So earthworkshub.com.au. You can add your business to the directory, and then everyone can find you and use your services. This week's listing of the week is Steel Form Engineering. They're in Melbourne, and they offer all sorts of steel fabrication and welding for all structural steel, but they also they make buckets and fabricate them and repair them and stuff. So that is Steel Form Engineering in Melbourne. So if you need any buckets or bucket repairs, go to the website, look up Steel Form, and you will see them on there. If you're interested in registering, go onto the website, add your business on the listings there. We have had some issues this week, a little bit of issues with the website. So my techos are working on that at the moment. It's got a little bit of a pause. So when you go and when you search, so if you go to just say businesses and you want to find a business and you click on, and you don't put any particular category in, you just do a random search, it takes like 50 seconds for it to switch over. So there's something causing a bit of a delay. And I hope it's not something I did, because I do go in there and do things. So hopefully I haven't stuffed something up. But yeah, they're working on that as we speak. So yeah, if you're trying to find a business and it's taking a bit longer, hang in there. It does click over. It's just got like a 50-second delay for some reason. So I don't know. I think I might have done something, because I think I was the last person that was on there. But they're working on that. So that should be rectified shortly. And like I said before, all the other sponsors will be listed in the description. And don't forget to use the discount codes to get yourself some savings. All right, so I'll go through some of my posts from during the week, and then I'll open up to people, to questions and people that want to jump on, yeah? So prepare yourselves if you want to jump in. All right, so some of the posts I did this week, I did a little review of the Takeuchi TL8, the compact track loader. So their little track loader, it was sitting at Little Bear's job that we worked on recently, and I said, can I just jump in for a minute to go and move some rocks? So I took it as an opportunity to record it and show people what it feels like, what it looks like. And yeah, so I gave a little tiny review on that. It wasn't a proper formal one, but I did have to say there was a few things that I didn't like about it. Like one, I felt like the seat was really high up and my arms were really low down. So I wasn't like sitting comfortable, and I couldn't find anywhere to adjust for the seat to come down a little bit. So I felt like, yeah, my arms were too low. So I don't know if anyone else, so if anyone's used a Takeuchi TL8 or one of the Takeuchi track loaders, feel free to jump in and give your opinion. But yeah, I just felt like the joysticks were like way too low, and the armrests were like really low. So my arms were like hanging down almost, and then it was hard to control the joystick a bit. And then it was ultra sensitive, man. Like when you turn left and right, the machine will instantly, as soon as you touch that joystick just a little bit, it'll turn left, turn right. And if you're in a tight space, you got to be so careful. Like I was tracking through this gate, and I was thinking, if I just tap that joystick a little bit, it'll knock the fence down. Like that's how much it swings. It looked like a very solid machine. Yeah, Niggs and the Diggs is saying it's very rigid, like unlike a suspension CTL. Yeah, exactly. They're very, very rigid. So they're on solid rollers and stuff. You could feel the crunching. So I don't know whether his tracks were too tight or there was a rock stuck in there, because he was doing rock work, but they were crunching every time I was moving. So I reckon they were maybe a bit too tight, unless that's what the machine does. But it felt like a lot of crunching there. The machine, when I started it, as it was warming up, it was sort of doing this little fluttering noise. It was like the engine was like fluttering. It was going pop, 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 pop. It wasn't like revving nicely. It wasn't humming. It was like sort of, yeah, like fluttering, if that's what you want to call it. And then when I touched the actual revs and changed the revs a little bit, it sort of went away. But as soon as you put the revs down to low again, it'll just sort of flutter. Yeah, that's the word. That's the only word I could think for it. So yeah, I think in my opinion, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm not used to that type of machine. It did feel very similar to my old Kubota, and I did say in the video that it almost sounds like a Kubota engine. And then I looked later on, and sure enough, they do have a Kubota engine. So I could definitely pick that. And it also felt like a Kubota. It felt like an SVL. Like as I was tracking in the Takeuchi, I felt like I was sitting in my old SVL. That's the only way to explain it. The other thing is it had the lift up window instead of the swing out door, so that was pretty handy to have, and it just looked firm though. It looked like all the metalwork was very thick and solid, so that looked good. And it had the what do you call it, hydraulic hitch for the bucket, so you don't have to do that manually. What else did it have? So it was good, very good. A little bit noisy in the cab. It was a bit noisy in there, so I noticed a little bit. Always wears headphones or earmuffs when he's in the machine, and that's why, because it is very noisy. And Jenna Troy is saying Kubota makes engines for many machines nowadays. Yeah, they do. And he also said probably needs to be rigid in case you do hit the fence. Yeah, that's why it's rigid. Yeah, so you don't hit stuff. And Mitchell Morgan saying it sounds very much like a Volvo Digga. Yeah, it does. It swings very, very easy. Like you literally just touch the joystick and it moves. The other thing I noticed is the right-hand joystick. It sits right in front of the screen. So if you want to look at your screen or the monitor, the handle is like the joystick's right in front of it. So that's another thing that I probably didn't like too much about it. And the other biggest thing I didn't like, I think it's a Norm Engineering bucket it had on there. That massive protection thing they had on top of the bucket. They've got like one of those massive protection frames on there, and it makes it hard to see in front. I don't know why they make them so big now. I know it's probably so you can lift more things and it doesn't roll back onto you, but I'm used to the old school ones where you could see through and see down to the front, and you can sort of see what you're picking up and that. Whereas now this has got that massive back on it. Hopefully everyone is with me on this. They make the massive backing protection on the bucket, and then you can't see through. You can't see exactly where you're going. So yeah, if you guys have got some opinions, let me know. They did have some nice strong arm. They look like they're multi-purpose things. So covering the bank of all the plugs on the arm, they had like a frame covering that, which you can also use to grab and lift yourself up to the stairs, up to the front step. So that's pretty good. Some machines don't have that. Yeah, Nix and the Diggs is saying, yeah, the loader style bucket. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Norm loader style buckets. That's the one. Yeah, they're like too big, man. You can't see what you're doing, especially if you're doing residential work and that. You need to be able to see every aspect in front of you, around you. So you guys will probably all know that. Anyone that does that tight space stuff, it's very hard to work with that bucket, yeah. And Dirt Effects Mitch is saying, yeah, they call them the loader style bucket. He loves them, yeah. I don't know. I just, maybe I'm not used to that. I'm used to the small 4-in-1s, you know. So I just found them more nimble because I used to do a lot more of that residential and landscaping work. So to finesse things and that, I needed to see what's around me. So, but I suppose you'd get used to it. But it definitely did carry a lot. Like I was carrying with that loader style bucket, I could lift heaps of rocks, and it opened. It was a big bucket. It opened up and closed and grabbed heaps of rocks at once. So, like I said, it was a very, very short period, so I didn't use it that much. But in that, I don't know, 10 minutes, whatever, it was enough to sort of get a feel for things. So, yeah, one, swings very, very quick. Two, the right-hand joystick covers the screen a bit. The armrests were very, very low. That's the only thing, yeah, the only things I didn't like. Unless you can adjust that seat. I couldn't work out how to bring it down. Niggs and the Diggs is saying the heavy-duty trash guard is better on small CTLs. ADM is saying he used to drive a TL12 too, and they were good. They have a screen through the bucket. You sort of get used to it. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and then ADM saying they were a good machine for trimming, like a little mini drop. Yeah, true. There you go. So anyway, yeah, all in all, not a bad machine. Not too bad. The other thing is, I did see Alan Plant join us. So welcome, Alan Plant. He's joined as well. I did a little review on his little mini crusher. What did you guys think of that? That's the first time I've seen one of those little mobile mini crushers in action. So he brought a ute full of bricks just to do like a bit of a demo for the video, and it chewed. So it's only a small a small crusher. You can put it on a trailer, 1.2 ton or something. So you can bring it to any project, or even if you're like demoing the back of a house or ripping up all your old pavers. Instead of going to the tip, you can crush them all and reuse it all on the ground. Use it as a base. Yeah, that little thing is awesome. In less than a minute, it did that. Well, maybe just say 2 minutes, so I'm not exaggerating. But even for 2 minutes, it crushed all that ute full of bricks. So yeah, cool little contraption. They sell those and they rent them. So if you want to get in touch with Allen Plant or Franklin Equipment, that's the place to go, man. So the Tiger Bite 425, that's what that little crusher is called. So you can rent one. So yeah, if you want, you can always rent one, see how it goes, and then decide from there. So you can even have, we were saying you can even put a track loader or your Bobcat bucket underneath it, and that loads straight in. You know what I mean? So as it's crushing, it's loading the bucket for you, and then you take off and dump it wherever you want. Or he was saying what a lot of people do is they use it on the site that they're working, so they just turn the machine on and track backwards, and the goods just fall out. So the product falls out on the ground, and then they just spread it. So amazing little contraption. If you haven't seen that video, go to YouTube and look it up. Tiger Bite 425 by Allen Plant. So thank you to Allen Plant for letting us do a video on that. And then finally, I did some RecordTime app demonstrations. So we thought it'd be a good idea to let people see how it works in action. So the RecordTime app, if you don't know, they're a sponsor as well. And the RecordTime app is basically to help you become paperless. It's a paperless based system. You can use your phone to do all your dockets, so all your daily docket hire, all your risk assessments, pre-starts, toolbox talks. You can have everything set on the app. You can allocate work to your workers or even to yourself. So what I did was I did a little demo on how to add an event, which is basically adding a job. And then I did a little demo on how to do a pre-start check. And it's good because then you can make sure that people are doing the pre-start and they can highlight any issues. And it's good if you want to cover yourself, I suppose. You can say, if you're an operator, you can say, well, I'll put in the message that that mirror was broken or that flashing light wasn't working, because then that email goes to the maintenance department or the supervisors and they see it. So it's a good way to actually keep on top of any maintenance issues as well. So, and also what it does is when you put in the amount of hours that are on the machine now, and then using the little, because usually on your machine it will have a sticker when the next service is due. You put that in as the next service date, and if the machine has passed that service date or approaching, RecordTime will show you or send an email saying, hey, you're approaching your service for this machine, or you've passed it. So very, very, very smart app. Very, very good to have if you want to make managing your business easier, especially if you've got multiple machines, multiple workers. Very, very handy. So thank you to RecordTime for sponsoring the channel as well. All right, so that is the formalities. Other than that, you can buy merch. So a lot of people have been buying merch. Ashton, if you're still on here, Ash, thank you for purchasing some merch. Thanks, and make sure you represent for me. Thank you very much. And anyone else that wants to buy some merch, go to earthworkshub.com.au, click on shop, and it will take you to the merch store. You can get hats, t-shirts, jumpers, stubby holders. There's a range of other things there. You can get polo shirts if you want to look formal. You can get an actual normal black shirt as well. So yeah, man. So Ashton, there you go, man. There you go, Ashton. All right. Yeah, saying thanks. That's it, man. That's good. So, and they're good quality. Saying, yeah, it is. They are. They're good quality ones. Like I was saying, I don't want to sell crap. So I'm actually making sure that everything, that's why I buy it all first and make sure that and I actually buy it for myself and then make sure it's good quality before I put it up for sale for everyone else. So yeah, if you want to get yourself some merch and represent, do it. All right, now let's do it, man. The shirts come in tent sizes. They do, man. They go up all the way to 5XL and bigger, I think. So yeah, if you want a big one, you can definitely do it, man. Definitely do it. All right, let's go, man. I'll open it up to you guys. I feel like I've been chatting too much. I'm gonna have a drink of water. I'm back on the water again, guys. No scotch tonight. Let's see, man. Jenna Troy saying better get a shirt or two and advertise you here in Perth. Yeah, do it, man. Please, yes. That's it, man. Get me out there in Perth, man. Yeah, Ashton's saying they make big ones too. Yeah, so there you go, man. So yeah, Drew, like I said, I'm gonna ask people to join in a second. Let's have a look at questions, and then I'll start inviting everyone too, man. So if you got some questions or something, let me know. I can feel myself starting to get hot in here, man. It's so boiling. But if I put the fan on, you can hear it in the microphone, so I can't even put the fan on. Oh man, thanks to Digga for these. These are the best little flasks. I don't know if you can buy them at Digga, but I got one when I was there as a gift for doing the site tour. The best thing ever, man. Mm. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's do it now, man. There's what is there? There's 20 odd people on here. So out of those 20 people that are on here, because Ashton just mentioned about DDT, yes, I will be there. I'm gonna do the giveaway. Let's do it. Let's do the giveaway. So let's get ready, people. So for the giveaway, I'm gonna give 10 free tickets. Oh, Drew will answer that question in a second. Yes. And also, who's that? LGK? We'll answer that in 1 sec. Let me do the comp and then we'll answer. All right, so 10 free tickets to Diesel Dirt and Turf. All you have to do, the first 10 people to send me a comment right now and write DDT as the comment, and I'll read them out as we go. So all you got to do is write DDT and you'll get 1 ticket. And then what I'll do is I'll send you the details after the show. So if you want a free ticket to Diesel Dirt and Turf, send me one. Oh, here we go. Jenna Troy. We have one. Jenna. Oh my gosh. Don't go too fast. Hang on. Jenna Troy. Oh my gosh. I knew this would happen. Brumbies Earthworks. All right. I'm keeping up. Brumbies Earthworks. Who else was there? Jenna Troy. Brumbies. Here we go. All About Dirt. You're in as well. Bear with me, guys. Isn't it funny? We don't write anymore. We just use computers all the time. Drew Excavation. So you get one too. Drew Excavation. Am I moving the whole camera here? I am. I can feel the whole table moving. Dirt Effects Mitch. You get one too. Dirt Effects Mitch. How many is that already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're halfway there. Nigs on the Digs. You get one too. Nigs on the Digs. All right. Who else is here? Born Again OC. You get one too. Born Again OC. Who else is there? R.A. Newland Contractors. R.A. Newland Contractors. I'm keeping up. Believe it or not, I'm keeping up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. There you go. So Dixon Civil has joined. So just in case you missed that, I just did a giveaway for Diesel Dirt and Turf tickets. I'm giving away 10 free tickets to go there. So if you want to go Diesel Dirt and Turf right now, send me a comment saying DDT, and if you're in the top 10, you will get a free ticket. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 2 more tickets. So if you want quickly, I can take on 2 more people. So just write DDT in the comment and send it, and the ticket will be heading your way. So what I will be doing, there we go, Chazza _O. Chazza _O. You get one too. So Chazza, you get a free ticket. So I've got one more, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I've got 9. I can give away 1. Oh, hang on. No, I can't. Sorry, wait, I forgot one. Elite PM. Lucky I didn't do it. Elite P.M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. We've got 10. That's 10 people. Oh, lucky I didn't skip you there, Elite. Sorry about that. So Elite put DDT as well. So that's it. That's the top 10. There you go, guys. So congratulations to all these people. Sorry for anyone that missed out. Hang in there because I am trying to see if I can get some more. So the 10 that I've just given away now. I'm going to see if I can give away a few more. So I'll read out the names just to make sure that everyone that got one knows it's coming. So Jenna Troy, Brumbies Earthworks, All About Dirt, Drew Excavation, Dirt Effects, Mitch, Nigs and the Digs, Born Again OC, RA Newland Contracting, or Contractors, whatever it is. Chaza_O and Elite PM. So you guys are winners of free tickets to Diesel Dirt and Turf. So congratulations. What I'll do after the show, I'll send you guys the details. It'll be a link to Eventbrite, and then it will have the code that you need to use. So you just go in and put the code in as a coupon code or discount code, and then one ticket, one adult, and then select, and it'll send you a free ticket. There you go. Congrats, guys. And I'll look forward to seeing you there. So I will be there. I'm going to be skipping between all my sponsors, going around as well, talking to everyone on there, doing little videos. So you'll see me floating around. I'm actually debating on getting like a little cart thing to drag around rather than having a backpack. Because last time I had a backpack and it got so heavy with all the camera stuff in there, I might just get like a little cart. So thank you to everyone that has won and put their name down. For anyone that didn't make it, keep your eyes posted. I might be able to get some more. Let me see how I go. Okay, Drew Excavations had a question earlier. If you were to buy a work ute, what would you buy? Okay, so I think you asked this question last week and I didn't get a chance to answer it. Work utes, well, let's see, what does everyone say? And then LGK, make sure that you remind me to answer yours too. Somebody wrote on here, Mitchell Morgan wrote, a new single cab Hilux. Yeah, it's mixed opinions on single and double cab. I think if you get yourself a single cab, the problem is that if you have a family and you have kids and that, and it's for yourself, it's very hard. It's very hard to take your family around and do stuff. So if you get a single cab, it's only got 2 seats usually, maybe 3 if it's a bench. So I would suggest a 4-door, something with 4 doors where you can, when you start a family, as well being a young bloke like yourself, Drew, by the time you start a family and that, you will need a 4-door. So and then you've got baby seats and this and that to go in. Nigs and the Digs is saying anything that's Toyota and then maybe a Mazda. So there's a couple of good ones there. I'm a Mitsubishi fan. So yeah, Jenna Troy saying as a work ute, I'd buy the new Mitsubishi dual cab. But for personal use, he'd buy the Ranger, yeah. And Cooper's also saying, yeah, always get a dual cab. And then Nigs and the Digs is saying whatever you feel comfortable in. I think also you got to look at all about Dirt saying you're a king. No worries, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think anything that is dual cab, 4-wheel drive, especially 4-wheel drive, because when you go out on sites, sometimes you've got to track or drive to your machine, and then you can't get there unless you've got 4-wheel drive. Like especially on big civil sites, if you've got to go all the way up to your machine to fuel it, you're gonna need the 4-wheel drive to get up there. ADM is saying something that's diesel, so that way you can claim the diesel with your digger. Exactly right. So then whenever you're filling up the machine, you're filling up the car, you're claiming all that diesel as one. So very, very good. Good idea. Andrew Zara saying a Toyota 79. Yeah. So a lot of people do like those. Yeah, another one saying 79, Sydney Rockwell. They love their 79 series. And LGK is saying a dual cab Hilux. I think if you stick with the main brands, servicing and all that becomes cheaper as well. Because sometimes if you go with these other brands and I don't know, servicing gets a bit expensive. You also have to see whether they can give you a courtesy car when after you buy it, because when you're servicing, you do need another car to get to work. So there's all those things. Do you go tray or tub? There's a question for you. There's a question for everyone. Do you get a tray or do you get a tub on your ute? I like the tub because I can put the cover over it and everything's covered in. And then I can also take stuff out and then put dirt bikes and things in there. Whereas if you have a tray, they don't have a cover. So every time you go to the shops and that, you've got to be careful that people don't look at what's inside the tray. But then if you put the toolboxes on, then you also limit to what you can put in the tray. So yeah, it's a little bit of a catch-22. You get a tray and it's open, people can see what's in there. If you get a massive toolbox, then you can't really have enough room to carry stuff. If you don't put a toolbox, then yeah, like I say, everything's out in the open. So yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22, man. A tray is easier, yeah, if you're gonna have a fuel cell. Yeah, a lot of guys are saying get a tray, you put the fuel cell underneath. Yes. And Dirt Pirate, you are correct. So a single cab does allow you to have more of a tray. So you can have a bigger tray in a single cab. So Drew, hopefully everyone's helped you with some feedback there. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with what everyone said? Um, some people have said a canopy as well. Canopies are good, yeah. I just think that if you want to carry stuff that's a bit taller, like just say you want to put the whacker in there, you know, the vibe plate, then if your canopy's not tall enough, you can't put the whacker plate in. And the same thing if you've got a toolbox and it's huge, you can't put stuff on there. You know, if it takes up a lot of the room, it's very hard, man. So that's my opinion. But yes, the one that Jack Healy has. So if you go back and see Drew, if you want, go back a couple of posts, and you'll see Jack Healy's Land Cruiser. He put together a little video for us of how his is set up. Perfect setup, man. He's left enough space to put stuff on the tray if he needs to. He's got his fuel cell underneath the tray, so it's out of the way. He's got batteries set up in there. He's got all sorts of stuff. He's got all the tools that he needs, grease guns, everything. Jack Healy saying Toyota for life, yes. Jenna Troy saying I need back seats with headrests so I can put all my hats on it. He's got a massive hat collection. You're gonna get one of these, Jenna Troy. Add that one to there. ADM saying depends on what you need the tray for. So if you need the space, if you have GPS gear, you might want to put that stuff in a space cab or a dual cab. But if you don't have anything that if you've got stuff that you don't value that much and people can't touch it, or people might not take it, then go for an open tray. So the other thing is, do you go for aluminium or steel? There's a question for everyone. Aluminium versus steel tray. Because I had a Nissan Navara once with an aluminium tray. It was okay, but if I carried something heavy in there, like sometimes we put like a bucket on the back of it, it did not like that. It started like buckling and it didn't like it at all. The steel ones are good, so Nixon and Diggs is saying steel. Graders Official is saying steel. LGK is saying steel. It looks like steel's the winner. And Drew Excavation is saying steel. Yeah, the steel ones are good. I feel like it might add a lot of weight to your vehicle, but they're also stronger. So, and you got to be careful they don't turn rusty. That's the other thing. You've got to maintain them. If they get scratched, touch them up a bit. And Born Again OC is saying 70 series Land Cruisers are hard in Melbourne, and you need cup holders for the almond lattes. So true, man. I can't believe they haven't got them. Yeah, that's the thing with alloy. That's what I liked. It never had that rusty look, because there's nothing worse when they turn all rusty and that. So unless you maintain them, I think aluminium. But also, I feel like aluminium gives you a bit more weight capacity because it's not so heavy. So that's my opinion. And then Mitchell Morgan saying, do the GVM upgrade from factory. Yeah, a lot of people do that. When I went caravanning, a lot of people were saying they got their utes upgraded, so before they bought the ute or something like that, so that way it comes out registered as the extra weight. So that's the other thing. LGK saying 2 times 8 ton dig buckets, a fuel cell and toolbox fits on his. Constantly 500. Yeah, rear springs. There you go. Little Bear's joined. Hello. Atacama's joined. Hello. All right. So yeah, that's what we're talking about, the utes. So utes, you know what? A lot of guys go all out. They get these massive Rams. They get the Chev Silverados. I don't know. I don't know if you need to have that. I really don't know if you need to have something like that. I think the other thing you got to think about with those big American ones is whether or not you're going to be able to park with that thing. Because if you're going shopping with it and stuff, you're going to struggle parking. I've got the Triton, and my Triton already is, with the tow bar on it, is already a bit hard to park. Not that bad, but it's already a problem. So imagine, the Silverados, the F-150s. Where's Dirt Effects Mitch? He's got a couple of big boys. How do you go, man, parking those things? All right. What have we got here? Dirt Effects Mitch is saying the F truck fits anywhere. I suppose if it doesn't fit, you make it fit. You just wedge it in there. The BRW is talking about a Ram. I love those cars. I actually wanted to get the new Ram, but then I was just thinking, where am I going to park this thing? How am I going to find it? Like I go to the shopping centres a lot, and like I was saying, I struggle with the Triton sometimes. Matt M. Attard is saying he loves his D-Max. These new D-Maxes look pretty good. The new ones look really good. What do you guys think of the new BYD Ute? You know the BYD, I think it's a hybrid. A lot of people are saying, sorry, I got cut off. I was reading Jack's comment here. Jack's saying, if you only have a 1500 Ram, you have a lamb, not a ram. There you go, man. It's not a ram, it's a lamb. That's the one. Mitchell Morgan's laughing. Yeah, so I think if I was looking at one of those BYD sharks, yeah, that's the one. TerraPro saying the shark. I don't know. I like the look of them. I actually reckon there's a bit of potential with them, but I don't know. I don't know enough about them. And also, what's the other one? The Tasman. Is it the Kia Tasman? Apparently that's supposed to be really good too, but I just don't know about the look of it. It's very, very boxy. Very, very like boxed up or square. So I don't know. They made a big hoo-ha about the new Kia, and then I don't know. I just don't know if it came out the way I thought it would, you know? Because even the Triton, the new Triton's not that good looking. It doesn't look like a really nice ute. So they sort of spoiled it a little bit. Yeah, BRW saying the BYD records every conversation you have and sends data back to China. Yeah, you know what, man? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised, man. It's full of electronics. So yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? But people say, and I've read some reviews, they reckon they're a really good ute for what they are, like for a hybrid electric, whatever you call it. Apparently they're a really good ute. So I don't know. Like Niggs and the Dig said, it's risky though. When you're looking at that sort of equipment, it's a little bit risky. Drew Excavations, just wondering, how do we get in? Are you trying to go live? He's trying. Sorry, I can't see. Oh, how do you get into DDT? He's saying. Oh yeah, okay. So for DDT, Drew, all you got to do is I'll send you a link at the end of this. So after the show, I'll send all the guys that won the tickets. I'll send you a link, and what you do is you click on that link. It will take you to Eventbrite, who are the guys that are managing the tickets, and then all you do is you'll put in the code. So I'll send you the code as well, and it's like my sort of discount code, but it's a bit different. And you just enter that in, and click OK, and then it will actually send you a ticket for free. So yeah, I'll send you the details after the show, Drew. Oh, I missed a few comments. Sorry. Atacama is saying the D-Max and the Mazda and the Triton are best value. Yeah, that is why I stayed with Mitsubishi. One is value for money. Like when I bought mine in 2014, the Mitsubishi, at that stage, I paid like 32 grand for it's a GLX, I think. So not the GSR, but the GLX. And that was 32,990 drive away, automatic, 4-wheel drive, turbo diesel, had like mag wheels on it, mud tires, tinted windows, side steps. It had everything for like 32 grand. And then when I was looking at the Hiluxes then and stuff, and the Rangers, they were all over 50, 60 grand, man. So it was like a big difference in price. So yeah, I think that's what made me go for the Mitsubishi. And I feel like they're the silent achiever. Like you don't hear much about them. You know what I mean? You don't really hear much about Mitsubishi's going wrong or what do they call them? The recalls and stuff like that. So I don't know. I know Hiluxes went through a phase where they had the burn off was playing up. The DPFs were like getting real smoky. I remember I used to see some Hiluxes driving with smoke all the way behind them, like brand new ones. And then something happened. I think they had to do a software change or something. If anyone can clarify that. So, but I think Hilux is also your best bet too, I suppose. It's like buying, exactly, man. BRW just took the words out of my mouth. It's like when you're buying a Volvo, Kobelco, or Komatsu and then you go for like the Chinese brands. You just got to be a bit weary about resale. And that's what Dirt Effects is saying. Stick to the main brands, you get good support, but resale. Yeah, so, and Niggs and the Diggs is saying that he's got over 3 million out of a Triton. There you go, man. 3 million Ks. Is that 3 million? I can't read that properly. It looks like 3 million. So he's got a lot of Ks out of it. So yeah, that's why I've kept mine. And I can't convince myself to sell it and upgrade yet, because I was looking at a Raptor, a Ranger Raptor, then I was looking at a Ram, then I was like looking at Silverados, and then I was like, you know what, the Triton still works. When we go away, I still climb up hills with all the other guys. It does everything I need. If I scratch it, I don't care. I don't cry if I scratch it or anything. So just let it go. Terrapo is saying the DPUs are top notch. There you go, man. And Drew is saying, can he buy a ticket too? Yeah, you've won one, man. Yeah, I'll get you. I think you were one of the people that won one. Yeah, Drew Excavation, you actually won a ticket. Yeah, so you can buy extras. Yeah, you can buy another one separately. Yeah. All right, here we go. 1 second. Oh, here we go. Sorry. So we've got a few different questions that came up during that conversation. I thought we were talking about the Utes the whole time. Some of the other guys were talking about machines. Here we go. Now I know why people are saying different things. So in the middle of that, Chaza O said, "What's our thoughts on Wacker Newson gear?" Mitchell Morgan said the Diggers are shit in his opinion. Mitchell Morgan says they're very underpowered. And TerraPro says the DPUs. Oh, that's why he meant the DPUs. Yeah, the DPUs. So their DPUs and their whackers and all that stuff are pretty good. But he's saying he doesn't know about the Diggers. And that's why Dirt Effects was saying stick with the top brands. Now I know. Now I get it. Sorry, I got two conversations going at once here. And BRW said all new Hilux Utes will be hybrid. There you go, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. Toyota's got so many hybrid cars in their build-up, in their lineup, so it's only a matter of time before the Hiluxes do it, yeah. Yeah, Drew, you can buy an extra ticket. Yes, you can. You definitely can buy one for your old man, yes. But wait till I send you all the details after, man. Sydney Rockwalls is saying 100% to Terra Pro about people keeping up with the Joneses. That's exactly it. Adakama said Mitsubishis have been the brand with less issues than the last years. 10 years of warranty, 15 to 20% cheaper than the competition. And if you're not a hardcore off-roader or towing, they're perfect. Yeah, well, when I bought my Triton, the guy told me, the sales guy said, first thing you should do, join an off-road club, go and use it because they actually are really good off-road. And I can post some photos. I can do a story time. But we've gone out a few times for driving, and some of my mates have got lift kits, big muddies on there, all sorts of stuff. And I've got up the same hills that they've got up. You know, there's only once or twice where I got bogged and couldn't make it because the car bottomed out. But otherwise, like, I kept making it. I kept doing the same thing as them. And then, yeah, it makes me wonder sometimes whether I really need to upgrade if it does everything I need. I've been to Queensland with that ute. So the Triton's taken me to Queensland with the caravan on the back. I think we've done that twice. So from Melbourne to Queensland along the coast. I've been to Sydney a few times. Even last time for the DDT, I drove it there. I think the only thing I've done on the Mitsubishi is a head. I had to put a new head on it last year because I don't know if you guys remember, my timing belt snapped. So that's probably the only negative about those motors. The timing belt snaps, and then it actually snapped once and nothing happened. It didn't break anything, so the valves and nothing was bent. So we just fixed the belt, but then the second time it snapped and it actually bent all the valves because I was doing 100 on the freeway, 100 k's on the freeway, and I heard a loud bang, and then the car just stopped. Oh, the car just came to a roll and just to a rolling stop on the freeway, and then I realized, yeah, the belt snapped. So, but then because I was going at such a high speed, it bent all the valves, so I had to get an aftermarket head. But even then, saying that, I got a brand new aftermarket head on eBay for like $800, and then the rest of the cost was the mechanic and, like, you know, head gaskets and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't actually all that bad. Terra Pro is saying also, just quickly, usually a dual cab is cheaper than a king cab or space cab. So be smart. You're paying for a look, not usability. There you go, man. I never knew that. And then All About Dirt is saying, as long as it burns fuel and oil, it'll be right. Yeah, true, man. Sometimes if you go electric and all this new stuff, I don't know. Look at what's happening with all these Teslas and that. I don't know if it's going to be an issue in the future. And then resale, yeah, what's going to happen? Because apparently there's all these Teslas sitting around. Nobody wants second-hand Teslas. So that's another interesting fact. And Niggs and the Diggs is saying the Hilux 2017 to 2020 had problems with DPF. Yeah, that's the one. So that was because I was thinking about upgrading back then, and I found out all those issues. And some of the guys on site, yeah, their Hiluxes were smoking everywhere, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here? They're brand new Utes, and they're smoking up. What's going on?" So yeah, BRW saying the fossil fuel family here. Yeah, that's right. I'm a bit of a fossil myself. All right. Good topics, man. Good topics. Yeah, so going back, I'm going to quickly scroll through here. Oh, Niggs and the Diggs is saying, yeah, he had 300,000 on the Triton. Yeah, no, they can. They go for ages, man. They just go and go. So even when I bought utes for my workers, I bought all Mitsubishis. So I had single cab, same Tritons as well, and they lasted, never had a problem. So I actually gave my dad one of the utes, and he still drives that around. So it does fine. It does fine. And they had aluminium trays, and they still lasted. So all they had was a massive toolbox in the back, fuel cells, and they did fine. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. I think a lot of times we just do keeping up with the Joneses. We think, oh look, if everyone's got one of those, I've got to get one. We can easily get caught up. Like we were talking about machines. So the same thing, like you can get caught up and keep always upgrading and that. But sometimes if you really look at it, are you better off just keeping your old one and just stick with it if it's good? I don't know. There's different arguments. Yeah, there you go. Interesting conversation. So tonight was basically about work utes. I think the main thing out of it is a lot of people look like they voted for a dual cab, a steel body seems to be the winner still. Definitely room for a fuel cell, or if you want to keep room on your tray, get a fuel cell incorporated underneath your tray. So I suppose there's enough room there to build one and put it in. Can you get ready-made ones? Does anyone sell a ready-made fuel tank that you can just lift your tray, put it in, install the fuel cell, and then put the tray back on? I wonder if there is like guys that actually have ready-made fuel cells. If anyone knows of that, or do they always have to be custom made? That's a good question. Sorry guys, I had to have another drink. I've nearly finished that whole bottle already. Yeah, Melbourne's in for some more hot weather. I tell you, it's really weird because I don't know. I just feel like it's not usually this warm for this long, so I'm a little bit worried, man. Terra Pro saying, yeah, business idea right there. Yeah, there you go, man. Ready-made fuel cells to hide under your to tuck in under your trays. Not bad. Brown Davis, or whatever they're called. So LGK has suggested Brown Davis, and BRW is Fuel Box supply them for Rams and trucks. There you go, man. One thing I love about the Rams is how they've got the toolbox on the sides. So that's one thing that I really liked about that, how they had a lockable box as part of the guard. So that was a really good thing I think they came out with. So that way you don't have to put in an extra toolbox if you've already got one there, and you're using that dead space. So that's a good idea. Semco Hayden has joined. How you going? We've got Perenda 1984. Got a few people still joining. Terra Pro saying he just got back from 18 holes and damn it was smoking and hot. Never playing in the Arvo again. You're crazy, man. Playing today is so hot. So hot, man. We played the other day. We started at 8, I think it was. Yeah, 8 a.m. and it was still hot, man. We were dying. Well, I think we finished by 12:30, but it was very, very hot. Semco saying is good. Semco Hayden. Mobile. If you are, Ivan, if you're around Epping this week, you're welcome to come by. Lots of installs. They're doing a 20-tonner with 2D, a 30-tonner with GPS, and an SVL with a front blade. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, very, very nice. And then BRW is saying, thanks for the rain, Dirt Effects Mitch. It's finally here. Oh, man. Yeah, are you guys getting pummeled over there or what? Yes. No, I might see, man. I'll see how I go. I might actually do. Let me just write a little note here. MOBA. Of course, the pen dies now. MOBA visit. Let me see, man. Let me see how we go. Matt Wild is saying, My old man has been putting them underneath his cruiser utes for 13 to 14 years. Wow, there you go, man. I never knew it until Jack mentioned it. Dirt Effects Mitch is saying, important question, did anyone else get 450 mil of rain like parts of Harvey? I'll be at the pub if anyone's thirsty tomorrow. Yeah, I saw a couple of clips of that, and yeah, Harvey was like right underwater, man. So that's crazy. That's crazy stuff. Um, Jack Healy saying, yeah, it wasn't even close to hot. He must be talking about the other day. Semco Hayden, he's saying he saw the review of the TL8. Did you have any other thoughts on the machine? Ah, you missed it. Yeah, we had a bit of a conversation about that at the start. Terra Pro saying he's got sunburned eyes. There you go. Ruben's joined. How are you, man? So Semco Hayden, yeah, look, I actually said a couple of things. So we're getting close towards the end here, so I'll just go over it again quickly. The Takeuchi was my first time in one. I only got to sit in it quickly just to move some rocks. So I took the opportunity to have a quick sort of like a video. A couple of things I noticed. One, when I first started it, it was making this weird noise, like fluttering. So it sounded like something was wrong with the motors. Like the revs were just like fluttering around. So I tried turning the revs to like, you know, a quarter or 3/4, just changing them around a bit, and it sort of fixed it. But then as soon as you turn the nozzle back down again, as soon as you turn the revs back down, it will just flutter. After I spoke to Little Bear, he did say that it does do that when he first starts it, and then it sort of goes away. So I don't know if that's a normal thing to do, but it was just like fluttering. The other thing I noticed, the tracks sounded like they were extremely tight, or like they had rocks stuck under there. They were like cracking and crunching. So as I was moving around, I felt that. So I don't know whether he had something in there. I got out to check. I couldn't see anything, but they had like some weird noises there. I'm only going to give you the bad things, I suppose. The other one was the right hand joystick. I felt like it covered the screen a little bit, the monitor. So when I was looking down, it was covering the monitor. Not that you need to look at it that much, but it was there. And I felt like the armrests were really, really low. So I didn't know how to adjust the seat because I was sort of rushing to get the rocks out. But I looked to see if I could make it go down a bit. But I felt like the seat was really high and my arms were really low. And then just my wrists were touching the armrests and trying to operate at the same time. It was a bit weird and very sensitive. Yeah, going slewing left and right or turning left and right with it. It was very, very, very sensitive. Like you just touch the joystick and it will instantly go left or instantly go right. So maybe it's because I'm used to other track loaders. So when I jumped in that, I was still used to the other ones. I don't know, maybe, or because I was in the machine, an excavator just before that and jumped into that. It took a few seconds to get used to it, but it did turn very, very quick. Yeah, so, but overall, lots of power. I said I felt exactly like I was in my old SVL 75. That's what it felt like to me. A little bit noisy in the cab, you know, as you're going, but like a lot of power, man. Like I was moving those rocks like nothing. Like actually, it's a bit. Sometimes I was flipping rocks without realizing how big they were. So that's like a positive. It's actually got a lot of power. And then I saw Little Bear loading some of those rocks, and he was loading mega rocks into his truck, and it was still doing it. It was handling it. So yeah, that's it. And I love the cabin, how it's got the window that closes up and down instead of swinging out. So that sort of Kubota style. And otherwise not too bad, man. Not too bad. It looks solid. Everything looks nice and solid on it. That's what I was saying. I missed a few comments here. Moba saying he'll make a almond latte. Oh, he's saying it's too hot for almond latte drinkers. Yeah, that's us. And BRW saying just raining now. 7 days of panic, over 3 mil of rain, and 7 days, and now it's actually raining hard. Yeah, so it took a while to get there. BRW. So he's up in Queensland at the moment. EMB saying on a side note, how good were the burgers? Man, the burgers were that good. The guys on my table were eating two. So they had the chicken one, and then they had the beef burger. So they were awesome. Even the bacon and egg burgers they made in the morning. Yeah, very good food there. This is at Mount Derrimut Golf Course, everyone, if you're wondering what we're on about. And then BRW saying he loves the TL12. Just needs a better dash and aircon. Actually, the aircon was pretty good in the TL8. That's another thing. Moba said, yeah, the burgers went down a tree. Semco is saying, interesting thoughts. The sensitivity is a common complaint. Yeah, maybe the sensitivity can be adjusted. I suppose everything can be adjusted, but yeah, it very, very sensitive. Yeah, like I was working in the tight space between the house and the retaining wall, and as I was tracking in to drop off more rocks, I was so paranoid about tapping that joystick and hitting the house or hitting the rock walls. The BRW saying the sensitivity is awesome for trimming. I suppose you know what? If you get used to it, then that's what happens. Born again, you get used to it, and then you just that becomes like automatic. Born again OC saying he was in a Cat 255 this week. You can adjust the sensitivity. Yeah, that's why I was used to my cat, I reckon, because my cat I could adjust it how I wanted it, and then I just got used to that. And Semco Hayden agrees. Yeah, once you get used to the feel of the machine, it's great. It runs like a Kubota engine. Yeah, because I said in my video, I go, God, it sounds like a Kubota engine. And then later on when I got out, it was. I had a look. Dirt Effects Mitch is saying the TL's controls are too light with no sensitivity. I've owned and run the TL6, 8 and 12. Rough ride, yes, I agree with that. But they're built to work and last. Great for earthworks, but harsh on solid ground. Yeah. Yeah, same, man. I agree. And Jenna Troy is saying, yeah, born again, both for turning and implement. Yeah, so he's, oh, and implement too, yes. Because when you use the implement, it actually opens and closes the bucket really fast. Yeah, so it's like it's got a lot of hydraulic power. And you can hear that. You can hear it as you're using it. You can hear the hydraulics working. So yeah, Semco, I reckon not a bad machine overall. It does remind me a lot of the Kubota, and even the solid feel and the way the cabin's designed. I felt like the ceiling is very high. I felt like it's a tall loader. So that's something I didn't look at the height, but from outside, it's like taller than me when I'm standing next to it. So and I'm like 180, so it's pretty tall, Yeah, so overall, not a bad machine though, man, not a bad one. All right, guys, it is 9:02. So Nigs and the Digs is saying the good thing is it's still pilot controls. Yeah, there you go, man. There you go. And Janet Troy saying cat have proportional hydraulics. Yep, that's it, man. Yeah, the good thing is that you could adjust everything on the screen. So I like that. That was a good thing about cats. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I know tomorrow's not a work day, so in Melbourne we've got Labor Day. I don't know if that's everywhere, but we've got Labor Day. We've got a day off. Well, that's what we call it, but I've always got tasks to do. I'll never stop. Dirt Effects is saying, sorry guys, going back to what I was talking about, it's 200 mil taller than the cat loaders, but it's needed for it for the lift up door. Yeah, true, because you need the door to go up above your head. Yeah, that makes sense. ADM saying, no, not in New South Wales. Yeah, well, unfortunately, guys, yeah. I hate to break it to you, but we've got a day off tomorrow. But like I said, it's not a day off for me. I'm doing something anyway, man. Yeah, Victoria does get a lot of holidays, man. And Nigs and the Dig said we've got they've got Cyclone Alfred they got a Cyclone Alfred day. No day off for Queensland, Mitchell Morgan, and Terra Pro saying you work every day, ADM. Well, you know what? ADM was working last time at night when we were doing. Remember, we did a little ad hoc show, and he jumped on and he was still working. Or was that on a Sunday night? Was that a Sunday night? I can't remember. Or was it one of those ones we did? Anyway, and the Sydney Rockwalls is saying they're having a wet day in Queensland. Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there, man. You guys, this might continue raining for another week, by the looks of it. It's crazy. Yeah, ADM was saying he almost was going to work tonight. There you go. Crazy, man. Don't forget, you got to have a break, guys. All right, I want to finish it here, guys. I am absolutely boiling in this garage. I want to go inside and relax back in the aircon. Plus, I'm getting tired. I had a big day today. To everyone that won those tickets, congratulations. They're the tickets for Diesel, Dirt and Turf. We will send you guys a little separate side note, so look out for that. I'll send it straight after this. It'll be a link to Eventbrite, and all you got to do is put in the code that I send you, and make sure you pick one ticket, one adult ticket, and then purchase, and it will send you the free ticket. And then you can keep it in your phone wallet, or you can take a photo of the barcode, and then use that when you come to the gate. All right. Thank you very much to all the listeners. Thank you to everyone that gave some input tonight. Some really good topics once again. Good luck to everyone in Queensland. I really hope it doesn't get any worse. Hopefully this is all we get just the rain and that, not big destruction and stuff. So let's see, man. Let's see how we go. Good luck to everyone there. Anyone else, good luck if you're going to work tomorrow. For the ones that aren't, I'll see you guys during the week. I might do a couple of live sessions again during the workday. And that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I'll leave you with it. See you on the next episode. Take care.